Good morning, everybody. How are we this morning? I wanted to do a video today about giving and things we can do to give back into the world of all these amazing things that the world has given us and all these things that we're blessed with, and how we can make sure that we show our appreciation and give back to our world and to those that we love. So what do you have that you can give back into this world? What gift do you have in return to all of these amazing things in your life? So possibly doing random acts of kindness. I know some of us have heard of Ark and seen the movie Ark, and we learn in the end that just by doing one random act of kindness can change the whole world. And so doing random acts of kindness actually don't, you feel really good about it, and you feel good about it for a reason, because you're actually changing the world in a more happy and positive and loving way while you're doing that. And if you want to give back to somebody who has given something to you, that's awesome. That's great, to show appreciation and to show, give them a good thank you. People have really kind hearts out there, and they are willing to give, and they're givers, and they are willing to help others out. And so it's good to show the appreciation to those people who are willing to help and be there and support you. So giving them love, giving them a phone call, sending them a text message, anything to just kind of show your appreciation. So our life is simply a gift, and we are all miracles. Every single one of us. Life is a miracle. When my son was born, I just felt like he was just this miracle to this world, and I still feel like that to this day. And I just have so much faith in him, and I know that he's going to change the world one day. And so we're all miracles, and so we just need to be appreciative of the life that we have been given on this planet, and not take advantage of it, and just love it for what it is. And love ourselves for the way we were born, and just appreciate life for what it is. So the more that you give into the world, the more that you receive. Random acts of kindness are things you choose to do that are kind, and of course at random times. ARK, A-R-K. So one random act of kindness can change the world. So with all this giving and all this receiving and all this great stuff, is there ever too much giving? Is there a limit to how much you can give? And the answer to that is it's kind of personal, and it's kind of up to you, and what your limit is personally to give. So are you exceeding what you actually have to give? Because if you're exceeding that and you're giving too much, and you're not giving enough for yourself, then you're going to start to drain yourself, and it may be time to give a little bit less, and that's okay. You don't want to put yourself in a crazy bind or get yourself in too far deep. Maybe if it's financially or however way you're giving, you kind of got to set your own boundaries. You got to have some boundaries there. You can't just, obviously, if you want to give just, and you think you have the money to do it, and you got $1,000 and you want to go give $100 to 10 people, and then you don't have any money. Is that reasonable for you? Or is it kind of out of your limitations on what you can give? Because giving back doesn't need to be anything too huge or too crazy. It can be something as simple as an I love you, a hug, buying someone else a coffee, lunch, compliments, as I was saying. And obviously in these times, it's totally up to you if you want to give somebody a hug. I personally am always going to give somebody that I love or care about a hug, because I know how short life can be, and that could be your last moment with that person, and you never know that. And this is all temporary right now of what's going on in the world and around us, but you never know if that moment could actually be your last. And for me, because like I know life is too short, my dad passed away, and it was only a few hours after I had visited him, and I had no idea that that's what was going on. So you never know when that moment is going to be your last, when that hug or that I love you is going to be your last. So for me, I'm a hugger. That's one way I can give back, is hugging. I know, with everything going on right now, some people might feel differently to that, and that's okay. So conclusion to that is don't over exceed your limit when you're giving. Find your limit, find your boundaries. So do you ever expect something in return when you choose to give? My opinion on that is absolutely not. You should never expect anybody to do anything for you anyways, let alone expect somebody to give you back something in return when you chose to give something to them. So you chose to be a giver, and a thank you is nice, and somebody giving back in return is nice, but people don't have to do that. And it is really nice to get a thank you or something in return, but it's just accepting it for what it is and being a giver. And even sometimes if you're a giver, you don't want anything in return. If someone even tries to give you something in return, you're like, I don't need that, I don't want that, excuse me. Keep it for yourself, but then you're kind of ruining the whole giving situation, the giving and receiving situation. So you've got to kind of be willing to accept that thank you or act of kindness or show of appreciation, whatever it may be, and kind of just be willing to accept that, since you're sending out those things. Since you're giving, you should be willing to receive as well. So giving, there's something magical about giving giving should be enough of a reward in itself. That's where I'm going with that. That's the magical thing about it. When you give, you feel fulfilled. You feel like you don't need anything because you have given, and you're making the world a better place. You're giving back, and that should be enough to fulfill you, to where you don't really need a reward. That should be enough of a reward. Giving actually fills the soul and makes us feel whole, and it makes us feel human. And it's good to just feel that way sometimes, and just feel good about yourself, and knowing that you did a good thing, and that hopefully others can turn around and give that back into the world themselves. So what are some things that we could give? So maybe it's tipping someone a little extra at the coffee shop, or maybe it's donating personal items to those in need, or to a charity if you're up to doing that. It could be even just exchanging a smile with a stranger, or saying hello, giving a friend or a family member a hug, and sending somebody a thank you. It can be any of these things. Something like maybe making your significant other's coffee for them in the morning. That can really alter their whole day. Doing one little thing like that can be life-changing for the whole day, and can totally change their mood. Paying for somebody's lunch if you have the financials, helping a family member if they need some help around, they're just talking about how they need some stuff done, just jump up and be willing to help them, and kind of give them a little motivation, even a spark to start that, and that you'll help them do it. That's giving back. So helping family members, or you can give back to the world by recycling and by picking up trash or litter. When I'm walking down the road, if I can, if it's not too gross, I pick up garbage, and I'll take that garbage that's not even mine, that I see on the side of the road or that I see in somebody's yard, and I'll take it and I'll throw it away in the nearest trash can, because I just like to make the world a cleaner place. And I try to recycle as much as possible. So there's multiple ways how you can actually give back into the world in a positive and loving way, and how you're going to do those things. And the more you give, the more you receive. So if you are a giver, you're gonna want to give back. You're gonna want to give to people and help out, or whatever it might be. So what goes around comes around, and that is really true. So if you're sending good and lovingness out into the world, then that's going to come back to you. And the more you give, the more you receive. So that's what I'm meaning. What goes around does come around, and it can be karma. It can be karma in a good way, or it can be karma in a bad way. If you do wrong things, then horrible things might happen to you. But if you do good things and you know right from wrong, and you do right things, then right things are going to happen for you. So one thing you can do when someone gives something to you is you can pass it on, pass it along. If you're not financially able to pass it along, that's perfectly okay. Just make sure to give back or pass it along in any way, any loving way or positive way, or thoughtful way possible. One of the ways that you can give back is really seeing somebody who, say, might need a few dollars, and you happen to have those few dollars. Just, it's okay to sacrifice those few dollars, and you're giving to the world. And it's really kind of up to that other person if they're willing to do a right thing with that $3. Are they going to do something right, or are they going to do something wrong? And that's where it ends for you. You gave, you did the thing, and all you can hope is that they pass it along. So one good thing to say when you do get something for somebody, or to help them out if you can, then it's just nice to say, hey, just pass it along. That's all I ask, is you just send it off to the next person, and just give what you can. So that's what I ask. So one of the ways that I can give back into this world is by spreading love and positivity. That's one way I've realized that I can give back, is accepting what's happened in my life and the things that are going on, and just send as much love and happiness and positivity as I can out there for everyone who's needing it. And another thing I like to do to give back is by painting rocks, of course, and hiding them so people can find them, and it makes their day. I know when I find a rock, it completely makes my day and switches my mood around. Even if I'm walking along and it's my own rock, I'm like, whoa! So there's a lot of ways that you can give back into this world. There's a lot of ways that you probably do, and that you don't even realize that you do every single day. Supporting the ones you love and being there for them. And so giving is a pretty amazing thing. So once you learn the power of giving, you will always have something to give, and you will always have something to be thankful for. So that's kind of my conclusion there. The more you give, the more you'll receive. Make sure what you give is love and happiness and kindness, and not negativity or anger. Try to lift people up with good spirits and good vibes, and just try to give back today in any way that you can, back into the world, back to people that you love, in any way that you can. So thanks you guys for watching. I hope that I can spread some good positive vibes. That's what my videos are for. I hope that, you know, people can take what they will from my videos, and you know, even if it's 1 word, 2 words, you know, I really appreciate that they're taking something from my video. They will get better. Practice makes perfect. I am kind of, you know, critiquing myself and how I can improve, and I think that, you know, the more that I do it, the more better I'll get at it, and I have some you know, faith in myself and stuff, all of those things to get there. So if you guys like my video, subscribe to my channel, Manifest with Mallory, for more, and remember, random acts of kindness today. All right, you guys, love you and have an amazing day.